Will Deshaun Watson ever be on Patrick Mahomes' level?
Woo, man, just if he's somewhere, anywhere, looking at that bottom bar, woo, that's a shot, it feels like. But you know what? I don't think he will. Now, I understand that this is...
You don't think he'll ever be on that level?
No. This is an on-the-field, off-the-field conversation, correct? We're not just talking on the field. If we're talking on the field, he has a chance.
I'm talking mostly on the field.
Oh, you are? Well, then let me slant this. He's been the most sacked quarterback since he's been in the NFL. So we haven't seen his full potential on display because of the offensive line issues, which have been corrected of late, if we've been watching them. So can he get to his level? It's interesting. Look, Deshaun Watson was the man at Clemson.
Just say no.
No.
Come with me.
No, I'm gonna say I just watched him at Clemson be amazing and still losing the Heisman and losing the conversation to Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield. There's something so buttoned up about his game and even sometimes personality that he doesn't get the nod in conversation. So I say that on the field he has a greater chance than even off the field.
Well, I say no. And the reason why I say no is fine a football player as he is and probably will be. Patrick Mahomes is just different. He's just different. I mean, that's like saying, okay, can you get out there and try to throw it sidearm the way that Patrick is doing it? Can you be on the scramble and throw a missile on the rope the way that he does? He's just different. The way you look at his approach and his execution of what he's doing on the field, purely just for that, based off of the results that he's getting, it's hard to sit there and say any quarterback can match what it is that Patrick Mahomes is doing right now.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I just don't think he can because of the wow factor. Typically, when we talk about quarterbacks, it's not so much about what they do with their legs, and we know how special Deshaun Watson can be with running the football. And he can throw the football, but he doesn't have that wow factor.
It's a wow factor.
That wow. When you think about Patrick Mahomes, not only is he accurate, he is laser accurate when he's running outside of the pocket. We don't know if he's going to throw it with his left hand, underhand, behind the back, no look. Like, he has that just excitement element that most quarterbacks don't have, and they're not willing to play with that type of element either.
I'm going to play the other side because you guys have argued the other side. I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan. I have a bias. I'm going to play the other side, though. There was a time, if we go back to, I don't know, early 2000s, where people would be, Tom Brady could never be on Peyton Manning's level. Doesn't have that wow factor. Peyton Manning, look at the numbers. The way Peyton Manning plays, no one could ever be as great as Peyton Manning. And then all of a sudden, Tom Brady just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. And Deshaun Watson, when I watch, and again, I'm maybe making too much of it.
It's an extraordinary example.
I agree, but I'm just with Deshaun Watson. When I watch him in post game, take us through what he experienced on the field. That to me is like, I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is on that level, and that's not me trying to knock Patrick Mahomes, but Mahomes has so much talent. He doesn't have to be on that level mentally that Deshaun Watson is. That may be the thing. That may be the equalizer for Deshaun Watson. He seems to be a true student of the game.
If you take winning away from Tom Brady, people will still say as a quarterback, Peyton Manning is a better quarterback than Tom. Sure, they will.
Not now.
They will argue that. People will argue that Peyton Manning is a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
There is not a quarterback that is a better winner than Tom Brady, and maybe and maybe that would have been the better argument to say.
Let me tell you why I disagree with you. Is because again, part of Tom Brady's brilliance is allowing himself, and maybe it's because his lack of talent or whatever, he allows himself to be coached. Peyton Manning coached his own teams.
That's fair.
And coached his own offense and was very dictatorial. And that's, to me, undermined Peyton's winning. Tom Brady's brilliance, allowing himself to be coached, submitting to the will and the dominance of Bill Belichick, that's what is, and that's a skill. That there's a personality that has to go along with that Peyton just didn't have. There are intangibles to Deshaun Watson that I'm not sure if Pat has those. Pat has all the talent in the world, but I just not the student of the game part. When I compare these two right now, and I'm basing it off press conference conversations. This kid's a really willing student of the game.
I'm not willing to go that far, but going back to the Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and Deshaun Watson, the one thing that we're missing with Tom Brady that all of these guys typically will have happen to them is injury. Tom Brady was injured one season. We saw this with Deshaun Watson, who already suffered injury his rookie year, and he's a running quarterback that takes hits. You mentioned most sack quarterbacks since entering the league. Patrick Mahomes we don't look at him and say, oh man, he's going to put himself in harm's way. So if he's able to stay healthy.
He was getting hit last game, though.
He was. If he's able to stay healthy, Deshaun Watson has no chance.
Talent-wise, I would agree with you. And the other thing I don't particularly like about Deshaun Watson, and Greg, maybe, I don't know if you noticed it too, I don't like his throwing motion. It's not proper to me. It's not as quick of a release as it should be. Part of the sacks issue has been holding the ball too long, and that's where student of the game, I think, has elevated him this year, and he's done a little bit better with that.
We notice the guys who typically hold the ball a little longer are the guys who trust themselves with the ball in their hands running the ball because they can extend plays. They take those extra hits, hold the ball in their hands a little longer than they should.
This is not a detracting
we're not taking
either,
a shot
right?
at anybody.
It's not a takeaway from Deshaun Watson. Because, like I said, he's a fine football player, and I think that he's a bright star for this league. I just think that when you're saying, is he capable of being on the level of where we're looking at Patrick Mahomes right now and where Patrick Mahomes' trajectory is? I think
we're going to come back on Monday. We'll have this conversation again, maybe because, and this has nothing to do with Pat Mahomes, but Houston's going to win this game this week.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.